here's question 8. Polly took out 15,000, incurred a simple interest of 4.5, does pay back in full 2 years. Calculate the charge in. Yeah. All right, so 15,000. That's 4.5 over 100 times 2. Right, so that becomes I equals to PRT. 1500 times 4.5 over 100 times 2. My apologies. Becomes that much. So that's how much money she has to pay back. Whoops, that's how much money she has to pay back. How much money she pay back to the bank in total. So again, I try to make it as easy as possible, straightforward exam, even spelt it out for you. I could have made it more difficult. I could have said how much money would she pay over a monthly period or over, you know, quarters. But I'm not looking for that skill, right? So that was too easy. This one's hard. Some of you guys made a mistake here. Calculate total number of tickets sold over 5 days. Add. Okay, nothing hard there. Second part is a lot more difficult. So probably about 5 people were able to answer it. Why did I make it so difficult? It's so that I could test you guys and see how well you can answer, you know, a challenging question. So Filter Box earned 5 grand on Tuesday. So you make 5 grand over here. Now, how much more money do you need to, how many more tickets do you need to reach 6 grand? So the question is, how much more money do I need? This is the way I did it. Some other guys did it differently. So that's how much money I would receive if I'd sold some X amount, collecting 8%. So this is now simple algebra. Now the reason why it's 8% is because I'm in this bracket. Because I've already reached 2.5 grand. That means I've gone over the first 1,500 tickets and I've gone into the second bracket. Okay, bracket. So I've gone to the second bracket. Because only the first 1,500 will get 12%. So this is now algebra. I throw that over, it becomes a divider. So my box is now 820. There we go, 820 divided by 8%. No, that's not right. Oh yeah, that's all right. Yeah, so that's how many sales in sales. So how many tickets is that? So we'll do it one last step, divided by 20.5. 500 tickets. Alright, there are different ways. If you have any questions, you can ask me in class, right? Only 2 marks, so if you missed out, it wouldn't have hurt you so badly. I originally put it as 3 marks, but we found that I needed to reduce some marks, so I figured I'll just drop it down to 2, but that really is a 3-mark question. But you know, it's actually a good thing because you now have a smaller penalty. Alright, almost done. So taxable income, so this one is make the deductions. Again, very easy question. Why is it 2 marks? because there are two sections. You got to do this, and then you got to give me the final answer. Okay, so that's how much money his taxable income is. He's already paid 8 grand, so how much does he need to pay, or his balance or refund? So you're gonna have to work out how much tax he should be paying at this rate, at this value. What you do is figure out which bracket he goes into. We then put on the initial, then work out how much money he's got to pay in excess. Alright, so this is the excess now. Make the subtraction. Make the multiplication and add it on. So that's how much tax he should be paying. He's already paid 8 grand, so if I make the subtraction, he's got to pay an extra 362. Alright, so make sure you put in 2 digits, make sure you put in the $sign. 3 marks there because it is a difficult question. That's probably as difficult as the previous one. Maybe easier, but not a bad question. Something quite challenging, and it will separate you guys from the low end and the high end students. So that's probably a band 5 question. The previous one was probably a band 6 question. So you got this one, it's good. You're looking at band 5s. You got the other one, you're looking at band 6. Alright, so calculate the total price on the purchase of shoes. This one excludes tax, so I gotta put tax on top. So put 10% on top, make the multiplication. So that's how much money she got to pay. When you purchase a jumper with a total cost, we'll calculate the GST on that. So again, to calculate GST, divided by 11. Okay, there. Last one. This one's hard. Alright, so I gotta draw this. This is the best way, okay? So first of all, you gotta know from 0 to 12 is nothing. We're gonna label the axis. So we're gonna put taxable income down the bottom, and then tax payable at the top. Okay, we're gonna put $signs in there. Put it to the thousands. Now, title, you can say tax systems. Alright, so 0 to 12, I gotta go up to 5 grand, so let's say 6, so we're gonna do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, just add it on. Going up, probably want to work about half of that, so I probably only need to reach about 30,000 here, so 30,000, 10, 20, 30, no, do 10 here, 1, 2, 3, 20, 10. So notice that down here I've done 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, but over here I've done steps of 3, so that's 10, 20, 30. Alright. Mark off 12 grand, which is down there. Draw a line. No tax. We're going to go up to 9 grand 500. Okay, so watching, here's a trick. Because I know that this is the calculation of all the previous tax. Once I hit 50,000, I have to pay 9,000 and a half. Right, so 50,000 down here, go up to 9,000 and a half. Now I'm not going to be too picky. You can choose anywhere below that 10,000 mark. Okay, last part. So how do I work out the last tax bracket? Well, you're gonna have to give me a value beyond 50,000. So over here, I've got 70,000. So let's imagine how much tax I would have to pay for 70,000. 70,000 minus 5,000. So that's a 20,000 excess times 40 cents on that. Okay, calculator. So 40 cents on 20,000. 8 grand. That's added to my original initial tax payment. 17.5 grand. So at $70,000, I gotta pay 17.5 grand. 70,000, 17.5 grand. So that's about halfway between these two. So it's around here. Okay, so very important that at 70,000 you pay 17.5 grand. Line. Okay, this is probably a band 6 question, very difficult. Make sure you have your graphs nice and tight. Use a pencil. You can rub out mistakes and anything like that. I did this in class, so I don't understand why so many of you guys weren't able to do this. I think it's because we need to do a bit more studying. Alright, so last up.